just want to let everyone know, stay tuned to the very end of this video and you will get a first look at the LG Stylo 5, and the link for this video will be in the description. So we all are waiting patiently for the LG Stylo 5, and a lot of stylo heads like myself has compiled a lot of information on social media as well as on the internet, and we have came up with a lot of information. So I give to you the LG Stylo 5 release date, specifications, price, etc, etc. So LG Stylo 4 and Stylo Plus, Stylo 4 Plus came out last year in the summer in the US, and it was one of the most popular and cheap stylus with full screen phones at that time. Now everybody, including myself, did a review on that phone and talked about the LG Stylo 4, and because of that, everyone is looking forward to the LG Stylo 5, the new series of the phones in 2019. I'm pretty sure, and a lot of the other stylo heads are pretty sure the new Stylo 5 will be coming out in June 2019. Now we have seen a lot of rumors and a lot of videos, as well as an Amazon case that is everywhere. It's a tempered glass for this phone, and it exposes the notch, as you can see right here in this picture. That is a picture of the LG Stylo 5 with the notch that's in the middle. Now as you can see in the middle, you have the earpiece, you have the looks like dual cameras as well in the sensors. Me personally, I have no problem with that notch in the middle instead of being on the right or left side. This is my personal preference, because it doesn't too much annoys me for some reason, but everybody's gonna have their pick and poison about this, so let's go on. Now there are a lot of leaks and rumors. A lot of people are expecting big things from LG when it comes to the Stylo 5, and hopefully all our expectations will be met. Now I will be talking a lot about the LG Stylo 5 in this video, as well as the previous LG Stylo 4 Plus, which was the biggest and baddest of the series, the most powerful of the series, to say the least. Now let's get a little into the specifications of this phone. The phone is said to be rolling out with a display of over 6 inches. Now the LG Stylo 4 Plus had 6.2 inches. Some speculate this one would be 6.2, while others say it will be 6.4, which makes sense. Why give us another 6.2 if you don't have to? Because we all want upgrades. We want to see improvements in every way, pretty much. So my opinion that the Stylo 5 will be at least 6.4 inches with that notch that we saw. And as you can look right here at the bottom, we have a picture of that tempered protection glass from Amazon right here with the notch in the middle, and it gives it away that there will be a notch on this phone. And of course, this phone will be coming with Android Pie out of the box. There's no question about it. That's the reason why LG has not put Pie on the LG Stylo 4 Plus yet, because they have been busy undercover working on the LG Stylo 5 coming out the box with Pie. Now they will probably give the 4 Plus Pie, or they're probably gonna say no, we're gonna force people to buy the 5 and don't even put Pie on the 4, because that is a way for you to go out and buy this phone. Message, just okay. So LG is also putting the Snapdragon 625 processor on this phone, which is a big upgrade from the 1.5 octa-core that was on the LG Stylo 4 Plus. So we expect the phone to have Snapdragon 625 processor with 3 GB to 4 GB of RAM. Now the last Stylo, the Stylo 4 Plus, had 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB with up to 18 GB. But expandable storage. So this one will be between 32 and 64. Now we also have to keep in mind that we know they will have an LG Stylo 5 Plus right somewhere around the corner to make us spend more money once they beef it up. So you could probably expect the original LG Stylo 5 to be 32 gigabytes, and the Plus would probably have the 64 gigabytes, and both will have the expandable storage with just the memory card. The phone may be dual rear and dual front cameras with the A1 portrait mode. That's the mode that they brought also out with the LG Stylo 4 Plus. It's kind of like pretty much the food mode that they have, or the live focus mode on the Note, which freezes the backgrounds, makes the image that you're focusing on look more visible pretty much. And people are saying that this will be available for less than $300 in the US. I can't see it. I think it will be $300 or right at the tip, maybe $299 with tax, because of what they're putting on there. Also, the Stylus is going to be there, but don't expect no significant changes being made, because that will cost more money, and it seems like they're putting a whole lot of money into the cameras, and they're gonna try to beef up the processor a little bit and beef up the RAM. So that's where the money is going so far. But there will be changes like they did last year, of course. How they just, they'll take little bits and pieces away from the Note, like the screen off thing they had, and they'll be noticeable and big improvements to us, for people that like to get the budget Note, as I would call it. So either way, we're excited for the release of this phone, and it's slated for June 2019, which is next month. So here is that case. Once again, they got like several cases. Amazon is already prepared for this. Now, these are the LG Stylo 5 rumors and features. Some has already been confirmed. We're still wondering, will it be 6.2 inches or 6.4 inch display? The notch, we saw that on one of the cases with a 19:9 ratio. It will come out Pi. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't think they will this late into the Android stage of everything now basically is running Pi, besides like phones that 2 or 3 years ago maybe. Could be Snapdragon 625. That's what I would prefer over the 1.5 octa-core. Dual rear, I would prefer that as well. And I would prefer having actually both rear dual cameras and front dual cameras. That's just my opinion. AI technology, 4 gigabytes of RAM, that is a must for me. I could deal with the 3 gigabytes, but on the 3 gigabytes was cool. It was running smoothly. But if they beef this up with 4 gigabytes, we will not have no complaints about how this phone runs, because it already runs pretty damn smooth to be a budget phone with that 3 gigabytes of RAM. 4 would just, hey man, it flows like water. So 32 gigabytes / 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which meaning the original Stylo 5 more than likely will come out with 32 gigabytes, and Plus will more than likely come out with 64 gigabytes of internal storage. And the micro SD support up to 512 gigabytes. So what we're waiting for, as well as everybody else, is the latest updates for Metro PCS, Cricket Wireless, Boost Mobile, and T-Mobile, as well as everybody else, because the LG Stylo 4 went to AT&T. It expanded. It went to places that we didn't think other carriers were interested in it, because in the beginning I have had all of the Stylos. We knew that Boost Mobile, T-Mobile, Cricket just recently got into them, but now they're everywhere. They're making money. So yeah, we're waiting to see who will get the first 5 and drop it first, because the LG Stylo 4 came out on a lot of different carriers, and we didn't know who would get it first. So we expect the Stylo 5 to be released in June 2019, end of the month. Also, before I let you get a first look at this Stylo 5, let's not forget about the Stylo 4, plus some of the things that we hope to still see in the Stylo 5. The fast charging USB Type-C, that was great. That battery, that 3300 milliamp, you know, if they can give us 3500, that'll be good. As well as, I'm quite sure they probably stick with the 16 megapixels and keep probably the 5 megapixel front cameras, but the 16 megapixel rear, as well as the resolution of the screen. Last year was great. It was 2160 by 1080, and that, you know, is something they probably keep as well. And the design, you know, it had a real good design. Like I said, 6.2 inches of full vision. It had that TFT full HD screen, and we want to keep it IP68 dust and water resistance. That is a must, and I'm quite sure they're going to stick with these guns. It's just certain things we don't want them to mess with, because it actually worked. You know, the HDR mode, you know, panorama feature, as well as, you know, they had a lot of stuff that they were taking from other phones, like the full HD front video recording, you know, and hopefully they get some of this 4K recording in there with that Snapdragon. The live shots, as well as when it comes to using the LG Stylus pen, we want to keep that, you know, the pen pop feature, the pen keeper, the pop memo, the quick memo they had, the screen off memo, how you could write and draw on nearly any screen and schedule memos, the do not disturb feature, the mini view, the clip tray, the GIF capture and editing. It had a lot. And the knock on feature, a lot of those features we want them to keep and don't mess with, because, you know, they were improving. So like I said, there's so much that they could do with the Stylo that I mean, it can go in a lot of directions. You know, it's so much that they could do, and they're building on it. But I think they're going in the right direction. LG, know they have a winner on their hand, and they're taking their time. They're listening to the people, apparently, and they're making this work. So without further ado, I will let you guys see the first look at the LG Stylo 5. If you guys like this video, leave your comments, share this on social media, and I can't wait for the LG Stylo 5. Subscribe later.